What's up, everybody? Today we're going to be taking a look at a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Playmates Classics Collection Rocksteady. If you guys have seen some of my previous videos on these Playmates Classic Collection Ninja Turtles, you'll know that they're probably my favorite. The articulation, the look, the way that they feel in hand, they're sturdy. I feel like they're really good characters, and they definitely remind me of that vintage 80s Ninja Turtles, the classic Ninja Turtles. So as we take a look at the front of the box here, we can see on the side it says, inspired by the original TMNT animated series from 1998, or 1988, so there's the date, fully articulated figure. As we spin around to the bop. As we spin around to the back here, it says the original TMNT animated series 1988. The Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles are back like never before in collector quality figures featuring signature weapons and classic sewer cover bases. These perfect old school cartoon recreations will leave you screaming cowabunga. And that's exactly how I feel about them, guys. I think these are great renditions of the Turtles. About the Turtles, catapulted from indie comic origins to superstardom by the original Murakami Wolf Swenson animated series, TMNT ran on air for nearly a decade, 1987 to 1996, and ranked #1 in ratings for an unprecedented 5 straight years. So there's some really cool facts about the Turtles. About the Bebop and Rocksteady characters. After Shredder's defeat by the Turtles, Shredder and Krang devised two mutagen experiments that will destroy the Turtles, Bebop and Rocksteady. Originally street thugs volunteered for the experiments and as a result gained superior fighting abilities. The experiments transformed Bebop into a fearless mutant warthog and Rocksteady into a ferocious mutant rhino hungry for revenge. The Turtles better watch out for these mutants. And then we've got some really cool artwork here on the back that is very reminiscent of that 1988 cartoon. And as you can take a look down here at the bottom, you can see all four turtles in the wave, and then we've got Rocksteady and Bebop. Again, today we're going to be unboxing Rocksteady. We will pull in Bebop, and I'll pull in one of the turtles just so we can get a kind of a size comparison in real time here in front of us, a little better than what it looks like there. I'm not going to bring in all four of the turtles. You can check out some of the other unboxing videos to see what comes with them and different accessories and stuff. Just know that those four turtles are probably my favorite display turtles, other than the NECA turtles, which serve a totally different purpose. But we're going to go ahead and get this box spun back around. I'm going to get him pulled out of the box so we can take a closer look and let you know what we think. All right, so there he is pulled out of the package. He did have some sort of film all over him, just like if you go back and watch my Bebop unboxing video, it kind of explains and shows what I'm talking about as far as this film that I'm saying. They were sealed new in the package, and it was on both of them, so kind of interesting, but it did just rinse right off with some hot soapy water. So we are back. I have him positioned up. We're going to go over his couple of weapons here. Now, he did come with a LMG, like a large machine gun style saw looking gun. Pretty cool. It's got a little bipod here, forward grip. So really cool. It's going to fit in his hand, and he will be posed up with that here in a little bit. And then he also came with this like big machete like style knife. Now there is no place to put this. He can either have one in each hand, or you got to set one off to the side if you want him to have the gun in both hands. So it just depends how you want to display him. I'm not sure. I'll go ahead and set them up with both ways, just so you guys can kind of take a look at them both ways when we zoom in. But before that, also want to mention that his hat does come off, or his little helmet. So really cool. It has some places here, so it slides on right over the ears, and the ears are kind of what are going to hold it in place. So I'll go over the articulation real quick. He can look to the left, and his head does kind of tilt funny when he looks to the left. He is a rhinoceros. He can look to the right. His head will spin all the way around. As far as up and down, he doesn't really articulate any more than that. That's about as down as he can look, and that's about as up as he can look. So it does move, as you can see. And there we'll get a really good look at that face for you, but it does go up and down. The arms will go up, down, they spin all around. They have the bicep cut. Well, a little bandana fell off there, but the bicep cut's going to spin all the way around. He does have a double jointed pinned elbow, so you can't see the pins, but they did color match them. The hand will spin all the way, and the wrist will rotate in and out, so you can flex that wrist around. He does have the standard abdominal cut here, kind of a diaphragm cut, but then he does not have an additional waist cut. That's it right there. It does allow him to rock forward just a hair, but not too much, not very much on the side to side either. Splits the little turtle shell side pads will allow him to go up to about up to there. And then front to back, he can go about that far. And then as you can see, he does have the pinned double jointed knees, and he does have the swivel at the boot. No toe articulation. That's going to be it as far as that goes. But let's go ahead and get him set up with a couple of his weapons and get a little closer look on him for you guys, just so you can have a better look. And then we'll go over our final thoughts, maybe bring in his friend Bebop for comparison, as well as one of the turtles. So as you can see here, you can maneuver the gun around so that he can hold on to the trigger portion of the gun, as well as the forward grip, but it doesn't really allow you to position it any different than this right here. As far as swinging it around and kind of aiming it or whatever, you're going to have to do that with one hand. It's not going to work so well with both hands. This is about the max of the movement you can get going either direction. So there he is, posed up with his gun and his machete. Works really well with the trigger being able to actually go inside the trigger guard. It gives a little more support to the gun. I would have liked to see a little bit more paint deco on the gun, just kind of separating some of the colors. That's something that you'll have to do on your own. Same with the sword if you want, or the machete if you want to kind of change the color so it's not all exactly the same. But you know, that's kind of what we get with these turtles. There's only a few variations when it comes to weapons and stuff like that as far as color deco. As you can see, they could have painted some more stuff on his little helmet here, but they chose to just do all the flat green. Again, this is Rocksteady, and I got to give him 2 thumbs up. I really like this figure, and I'm going to bring his brother or his buddy Bebop in now, just so you can kind of see how they look together. Kind of a size comparison there. As you can tell, Rocksteady might be just a hair taller, and then Bebop is going to be just a hair wider or thicker through the shoulders. He's a little more hunched. If he wasn't so hunched over, then they would probably be closer to the same size. But really cool set here. Again, these are my favorite versions of the turtles that we got here from the Playmates Classics collection. I'm going to go ahead and bring in Michelangelo real quick. He is the turtle of the day, going to make a special guest appearance just so you can kind of get a scale on him as well. So as you can see, they're right about the same height. I would have liked to see Rocksteady and Bebop be a little bigger than the turtles. However, they kind of scale the same way the original ones did, and they're all just similar in size. So this is what we get. They give us a lot of detail on here. Like I said, other than the gun and the helmet, I feel like the deco, they did a great job. The camo on the pants, the belt, the silver, everything looks really good on these guys. So I give them 2 thumbs up. Don't forget to tell someone you love them. Have a blessed day. Smash that like button. Subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any upcoming unboxings. We've got Origins. We've got WWE Superstars. We've just got regular wrestling figures. We've got DC Multiverse. We've got some Apex Legends, Masterverse, all kinds of action figures. If it's action figures, it's going to be on this channel. Emma the U, Master of the Unboxing. So let's go ahead and run them subscribers up. We're trying to get to 2,000, and then we're going to do a giveaway. So don't forget to pound that subscribe button. Tell your mom, tell your dad, tell all your friends. Share out the video so we can get to 2,000. Get this giveaway going.